Hi, it's Jesse from startcopywriting.com, and in this short video you're going to learn 5 email copywriting tips. Tips for writing email copy that gets your emails opened, gets your emails read, and gets your readers to take action, whether that's to click a link or buy from you. Let's get started. Tip number 1 is start your email with a personal salutation. What does that mean? Well, Dear John Smith sounds like a big company and is not personal. So you never want to send emails where you're addressing the person by their full name and using a word like dear. Because when you do that, you sound like all of the big companies out there that are usually sending a bill or asking for money or something very impersonal. It's much more effective if you write your salutation as Hi John or Hey John. It's more personal, more effective, and it creates a better bond with your readers. So definitely do that when you start your email. Tip number 2 is write in a conversational tone. You want to write as if you're writing to a friend. Now, you would never say this to a friend. I'm writing to you in relation to blah, blah, blah. Or in regards to our upcoming appointment. Again, this is stiff and impersonal corporate speak. You don't talk this way usually when you talk to people in the real world. So why would you write this way? Well, usually it's because we learned in high school how to write properly that really sounds more like some kind of academic style of writing. We're taught to write in that kind of stuffy, impersonal way, but it doesn't actually create bonds or relationships with our readers. So you really want to write as if you're writing to a friend, and a good way to find out if it sounds conversational is once you've finished your email copy, read it back to yourself. And if it doesn't flow and if it sounds stuffy and if it doesn't sound how you would actually talk, then rewrite it so that it does. And you'll find a much better relationship with your readers when you write in a conversational tone. Keep it brief and get to the point. Tip number 3, it's very important to get to the point and write shorter emails. Nowadays, in 2012, we live in a microwave society. People's attention spans, especially on the internet, are much, much shorter. So we want to keep it brief and we want to get to the point instead of trying to be clever. So again, people don't have time to read long emails. We live in that society where our attention span is so much shorter. So getting to the point is going to help you and help your readers find out exactly why you're emailing them. One of the ways is when you format your email, you want to use short 2-3 line paragraphs. If you have really big paragraphs, then what's going to happen is it looks like there's a hell of a lot of words for them to read, and they're going to zone out, click away, and not read the rest of your email. So here's an example of what you might write, an example of me getting to the point. Here we go. Hi John, Jesse here from startcopywriting.com. I'm writing to invite you to my brand new copywriting seminar happening in Sydney on June the 5th and the 6th. Go here to find out all the details, www.startcopywriting.com. Now, first of all, I don't have a seminar happening on the 5th and 6th. This is just an example. However, as you can see, this is a very conversational tone. It's very to the point and it's very brief. So you definitely want to, when you write, follow that kind of formula. Number 4 is, what do you want them to do? Too many people write emails where they ask their reader to do multiple different things, or they don't ask them to do anything at all, and the reader is left wondering, what was the point of that email? I've just wasted time reading this. So you need to be clear and have a call to action. The call to action might be for them to call you on your phone number, to hit reply and send in some kind of response to your email, or it might even be click a link, go to your website and buy something. It doesn't matter what it is, but you need to tell them exactly what you want them to do and not leave it up to their imagination. So if you want them to click a link, which often people do when they're sending emails, you want them to click a link, go to a web page and watch a video, click a link, go to a web page, read a blog, click a link, go to your web page and buy your product, then the general rule and what's most effective is to insert that link in the beginning, early on in the email, and also at the end of the email, because sometimes people scan past the link in the beginning and then they don't see it. So you want to have one in the beginning and one at the end of the email. And here's an example of that with this picture. This is a screenshot that I took from an email I received recently, and it's really good. Now you may not be able to see the second link at the bottom because of the size of this video, but trust me, there's two links. And we have one at the top and we have one towards the bottom, and I've highlighted those in red. If you actually receive them, they're not in red, there's just a blue link. So you want to do the same thing. And also notice in this email how the email is formatted and that the paragraphs are only 2, even 3 sentences deep. So you want to do the same thing and not have really long paragraphs. Alright, so the final tip, tip number 5, is don't send HTML emails. Because images are often blocked by some of the main email services out there like Gmail, Yahoo, and Hotmail. So they'll typically block every email's images unless you click a button and say show images. Now a lot of people miss that button even though they want to read your email, even if they want to see the images and the HTML, even if they want to, they might miss that button and therefore it's going to look like some weird email that doesn't even say anything. I'll show you an example of that in just a moment, but plain text emails can always be read. I only ever send out plain text emails because the chances of readability is great. In fact, it's excellent. It's 10 times more effective than HTML emails that are trying to be fancy and pretty, but really are never going to get read if they're blocked by those different email services. So here's an example of that. I've highlighted in red at the top corner here where it says images are not displayed. And then it has a link there that says display images below. A lot of people miss that. And as you can see, with my arrow pointing there, the email sender had a photo or an image or a link they wanted me to click on, but because Gmail has blocked that, I'm not able to see it unless I click that link. So don't make the same mistake. Always send text emails. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed those 5 email copywriting tips. Please use them when creating your next email copy or email campaign. And if you'd like to get more free videos on copywriting, email marketing, website copywriting, and so much more, you can check out the free videos I have on my website, www.startcopywriting.com, and I'll see you over there.